Hey, this is Tom. This is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I'm finally getting organized, at least a little bit. I got this new monitor. It's a Dell 21-inch monitor. I had mentioned in previous shows that my older monitor was getting kind of hard to read it for me. My eyes are going bad, but it was kind of hard to read, and a lot of these programs now got a lot of information going on. Well, this one, it's 21 inches diameter, which means it's about 23, 24 inches wide, and I'm running Windows 7. I got two programs running here side by side. You do that by grabbing the top of a program window and sliding it all the way to the right or to the left, either way. And then it uses up half of your screen. So then you get two programs that you can see side by side on one screen. And this screen is so wide that both of these programs are still pretty good size. And I'm over here, I'm running short-wave.info so I can get information about schedules on shortwave radio. Over here, I'm using the SDR-console program to control my SDR console. My SDR, which is, in this case, is the Fifi SDR. And as right now, it's on 10 megahertz. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Whoops, I just kicked the camera as usual. And also, I'm going to pick up the camera and move it so I can get to my workbench. Let me get a little closer here. Stand up. And so you can see down there, let me get my pointer again, is my Raspberry Pi computer on a stick. And this monitor has three video inputs. One is the regular VGA, one is DVI, and one is, which is new to me, called DP, Display Port. I just learned about that this morning. So I have this computer over here. It may not be in screen. Let me see. Where are we at? Okay, this computer right here is what's driving the VGA input on this monitor. Now, if I come over here and get in front of the camera and use the buttons on this display, I can switch to another input. There's the three inputs I have. And if it hasn't died, which it may have, I let the Raspberry Pi on its own for so long that it's not displaying right now. Let me, I'll just unplug this thing and plug it back in to restart it. That's, I can't see what I'm doing, of course. That's one thing about these Raspberry Pi computers, now you can see it, computers on a chip, is they don't have an on-off switch. And the typical adapter won't have an on-off switch. So I've got to rig up some kind of on-off switch so that I don't have to keep plugging and unplugging. Let me show you where it is down here. The where'd it go? Right there. The power, because that connector is going to either break or wear out, because I've already unplugged it and plugged it probably 50 times. Not good for it. So that's where I'm at with that. One thing I need right now, I'm using this little tiny keyboard It's a wireless keyboard. It's a Bluetooth, and there's a little Bluetooth dongle on one of the USB ports on the Raspberry Pi. But this thing is so small that my fat fingers, I invariably punch the wrong keys. So for instance, I'll just punch a bunch of keys right here, and you can see that. Oops, you can't see. Okay, let's go back up to the screen here. So just punch up some random characters. It works, and it has where is it? It has a mouse pad, so you don't. So it's the mouse and the keyboard, but it's too small for me. What I was planning on doing, once I get this thing working the way I want it, I will use a small keyboard like this, so it's kind of out of the way. But while I'm trying to get this working, I need a bigger keyboard so I can type without hitting 3 keys at once. So that's where that's at. Let me back out here. So this monitor, and now I can switch back to the other computer. Takes a couple of steps. So I can switch, whoops, like that was the wrong step. Switch to VGA, say accept, and down back to here. So I'm getting very good size-wise 2 programs running side by side on this display. So I can be playing with my SDR while I'm looking up on short-wave.info the schedule of what should be on the air right now. So that's kind of where that's at. Even though I'm getting organized, I'm kind of overwhelmed by all the people that are giving me things, such as monitors. And down here, let me take the camera off. Down here, a free cycler guy that knows me, that I tinker with electronics, he sent me an email yesterday, and he says, do you want a cassette player? And then I think it works, but I'm just not into cassettes anymore. So I said, sure. He says, well, they're out by the curb, so you better come get them. So I ran over there and got them. And I thought it was one. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One including a receiver with a whole bunch of inputs to it. A disc player with 20, you can put 20 CDs in it, or DVDs, and then 1, 2, 3 cassette players. So I'm overwhelmed by that, and I'm working on a new little experiment in using, I saw this on YouTube. I mean, there's so many cool things on YouTube. I saw this on YouTube where there is an application that you can put on a cell phone, and you can use the cell phone as a security monitor. And the guy that was showing it had taken an old cell phone that had a cracked screen. As long as it still works, this will work. Excuse me. And he taped it to a window so that he could monitor what's going on outside. And I may do a show on that, although it's not related to radios and scanners and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool, and I got it working. Somebody, again, on Free Cyclers, gave me an old cell phone. They weren't using it anymore. And I was able to do a factory reset, so all their data was cleared off. And I used Wi-Fi. That's the key. You use Wi-Fi, so it doesn't have to be a cell phone that has phone service. So I used Wi-Fi, and I can view on another computer the output of that camera real time. And although this particular cell phone has older versions of Android, if you have a cell phone with a newer version, you can actually go onto a website and register And then you can view this cell phone's camera on your other cell phone when you're out of town. That's so cool. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Like I say, I'm getting my workshop a little more organized, and this monitor is doing a fabulous job. Again, it's a 20-inch Dell. I believe it's on sale because it's an older model. Because when I went to, they didn't give you a manual. Now this is brand new. I was in the original box and everything, from Amazon or through Amazon, and they didn't give you a manual. So I had to go online and find a manual. And when I looked up this model, it says discontinued. So it's an older model that they're closing out. But hey, it works great. It just went in screen save mode. So that's where I'm at. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. Oh yeah, and I still got this old one hooked to another computer, and it's running that dump 1090 program that's monitoring aircraft near me. And I ordered a cable today for the third input to this monitor, and when that comes in, I can eliminate that monitor, which it maybe at any point it may come crashing down. It's just sitting on top of that computer. So then I can eliminate that monitor and have 3 inputs to this monitor. In this case right now, the computer that's running what you see right now, the Raspberry Pi, and the other computer which is running what you see up there, which is in Linux. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.